You the guys don't have what if. It's either your way or the highway. 2027 to go na nyinyi, but actually 2026. We here, baby. We here. Yep, I've made my decision right now. Let's go get it. Let's go get it, man. Yeah. So sad, man. So sad. I'm actually very pissed right now. But it's fine.
Allow me to take this opportunity to thank you for clicking this video. Number 2, if you are new here, please subscribe to this channel. And also like this video and drop your comment. At the end of it all, I would like to know what do you feel about this video. Thank you so much. Let's continue with the video. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to the Love of Theo channel. I'm Theo here, and let us talk matters betting. So we have seen that the recent activities that have been happening is that previously, young people have got into betting, and betting really is where you gamble with your money. It's either you win or you lose. The young people have got themselves into betting. They've betted, and some of them win. Sometimes they win, others win. Sometimes they lose, and when they lose, things do not go well. So it has been a concern that so many people have run into depression, and so many things are happening on matters betting. The government has banned all influencers because so many influencers have been influencing people that using social media, that is YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and all other social media, Instagram, to advertise the betting companies, to advertise the best betting companies, how they can influence people. They have influenced their followers to do that. But now the government has come up, and also the TVs, the radio stations, the TVs, and the newspapers have been on the forefront in matters, making sure that in matters advertising the betting sites and the betting activities. Now, influencers also came in and did that, but now the government has decided to put an axe to the influencers to make sure that the influencers do not participate in betting matters, betting that is in our beloved country, Kenya. Now, the thing here is before I get into maybe explaining what I think about it, let's listen to what Obinna has to say.
Let's talk betting, all right? What is betting? Betting is a game of chance. It is where if you decide something will go in a certain direction, and it does, and you place money, you win, okay? And if it goes on the opposite direction, you lose, but there's someone or something that wins eventually, okay? So either you put money or you don't put money. It's a bet. Let's bet, I'll race you to that place, There's a reward at the end of it, all right? It's a very addictive game, and it is a billion-dollar industry. It has changed lives, either to the positive or to the negative, and so has everything else, from entertainment to alcohol to everything, even medicine. Everything has changed lives, either to the positive or to the negative, all right? So when someone decides to place a bet, it is a gamble, okay? You're not sure if you're gonna make it back, but you're hoping, fingers crossed. So if you get it back, you will say it is a good thing. And that is what has been happening. When someone places a bet and they win, for them, betting is a good thing. When someone else places a bet and it goes the other way and they don't win, now betting is a bad thing, okay? Alrighty. Since time immemorial, people have been placing bets on a number of things, okay? And it still happens until now, okay? And betting in Kenya specifically was being marketed by the old media. That's what we call them nowadays. Terrestrial media. I'm talking about TV, print, radio, billboards, okay? And you go to the casinos. It was happening old school. And then the digital economy came up, and people realized that people are now more on their phones than they're on their TVs and on their radios. And when you get to the digital media, there are people who run this shit. They're called influencers, okay? They're on the digital space. From Snapchat, TikTok, OnlyFans, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, name them, all of them. Okay? So what do the investors of betting do? So they decide and say, now we're going to use these people because they're the ones who are talking directly to the people that we want to talk to. All right? So they take a bunch of them. About 75% of influencers online are making their money from betting sites somewhere. Okay? There's always like a betting game, there's a crash game, there's an aviator, there's a game that's gonna be played, there's odds, there's whatever. So majority, like about 75% of influencers make their living out of influencing for betting companies and sites. Okay, so a lot of young people automatically got influenced to get into this space, and some won and some lost. Okay, the same way a lot of young people take alcohol and abuse drugs, and some don't and some do. And the government put regulations on alcohol, the sale of alcohol, and said it should not be sold to people under 18 years, should not be sold at certain spaces, should not be this, should not be that. All right, and it's being followed. All right, and they also sat down and said, okay, now for betting, we also don't want this and this and this and this happen, the whole shebang. And it was being followed. And then the guys in the betting space started fighting with each other. Okay, the big bosses over there. Oh, these guys are making more money than us. Now, for hali wawili wakimenyana, ni nyasi ndio inaumia. All right, so when that started happening up there, there's a lot of issues that were, okay, what do you want us to do? Okay, now let's put a hold on it because it's gonna get messy and everything. And when those two fahalis are fighting, every other person is suffering the consequences. Okay? And because the government, most of the time, we know them, they don't like to do due diligence. It's just, I'll be paid at the end of the month. Let me just sign this thing. Let's pass it over. Let's move into another thing. They don't take time to calculate, think, rethink, re-strategize, come up with better ways to regulate betting or gambling, as you'd call it. Okay? So what do? They throw over a blanket and say, hey, we are suspending this thing for a month. That was a month ago. We're going to figure out what's going to happen. So they say nobody's going to market nothing on that concerns betting. And guys comply. And all our contracts are cancelled for about a month. And a lot of influencers suffered. They were like, yo, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Everybody's on the edge. Alrighty? And then about a few days ago, they do a memo. And the memo now says, there's no use of influencers in advertisements. Okay? There's no use of influencers in advertisements. So that means if there's an advert, okay, an influencer should not be in it. So this is someone who worked hard in their life so they can become influential, so they can use their influence to make money and take care of their families. But now they've gotten the influence, you're taking the bread off their mouth by telling them now you cannot use your influence to influence nothing. All right? So everybody's confused. Okay? So people are like, okay, so what's gonna happen? So who's going to be used to do the adverts? Is it AI? That means now you want to add the number of jobless people back to the street again. Now the ones who had gotten jobs for themselves, by themselves, now the government is taking that again away from them. Like, yep. And to add on top of it, by the way, the taxes are yay high. Like, taxes are like up there. And that is why all the other brands don't have the capability to use influencers as much as the betting companies. Why? If you look at the FMCGs, the fast-moving consumer goods, some of the SMEs and some corporates, they've withdrawn from doing what they were doing with influencers because the budgets are not budgeting. The taxes are over the roof. Okay? So all the influencers are just there. So What do you want these young people to do? You want them to go back to substance abuse, because when there's no money, there's stress, there's pressure, depression. People look for a way out. So what's gonna happen? Okay? And now that you're saying influencers should not be used, so all their social media pages that they've struggled to build are now useless billboards, okay? But you're still allowing TV and radio and newspaper that you politicians own, that you politicians own, to still run the same adverts that you don't want these other people to run on their platforms. Brilliant, beautiful, so beautiful, right? Yeah, it's beautiful. Wow. Wow. Just wow. And somewhere you're sitting down and you're thinking, yo, that's the solution. Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we're trying to help the young people. If you wanted to help the young people create jobs, why are they disappearing in gambling and alcohol abuse and everything? Because they are jobless. They don't have purpose. If someone does not have purpose, they distract themselves with pleasure. That is what happens. That is why people are looking for make money quick schemes. Because the government is not working. You're not doing your job. If you did your job, young people will not be doing all these things they're doing. So, instead of going and making sure that someone is busy creating something, whatever they've created for themselves, you're taking away from them again. Government is always shooting itself on the foot. Good luck with that. Personally, I don't support that ban. I think it's useless, it's stupid, it is slow-thinked, if there's a word like that. Sometimes you guys in the government, just think it through. Just go like, okay, what if we would find a better way to? What if we would try and what? You the guys don't have what if. Is either your way or the highway. 2027 to go na nyinyi, or actually 2026. We here, baby. We here. Yep, I've made my decision right now. Let's go get it. Let's go get it, man. Yeah. So sad, man. So sad. I'm actually very pissed right now. But it's fine. I'm gonna see you guys on Saturday for my special. Yeah. Come through. See ya.
Now, you have watched what Obinna is saying, Obinna's opinion, what he's trying to say about the betting companies. So I think this is a big blow, and the most important part that I would like just to raise and talk is about these influencers. You can see where they've come from. You can see the struggle, all the struggle that they have gone through to make sure that they get enough people, enough followers, or enough followers who they can easily not manipulate per se, but positively influence. Actually, when you look at what they're doing online, it's just something amazing that the government itself cannot make it or cannot be able to do that. So they've tried to build their brand. They've tried to work hard. Some of them burning midnight oil. Some of them struggling. Some of them they do very, very weird things to make sure they're coming up on the internet, or they come. They gain the followers. They gain the number of followers. They increase their productivity in the market. So these guys have really worked. After working all that, they've come now. Their names are out there. They can be able to influence a good number of people. A good number of people. They can influence the young people, the old, the medium size, medium age, middle age. So they have a say, and most of them, whatever they say on social media, if I'm a fan of someone, I can there are very high chances that I believe in what they are doing. I believe in their businesses. So you will find that these people have worked this hard. After working that hard, now they want to look for, that is, they try now to start earning a living from their influence. How is about when they market. So when they market, they get that amount, they get cash in, their pockets. So after getting that cash, that is, they create employment, they create their own empire. So many. Let's look, for example, Obinna has 34 young men working. 34 young men, and that those ones like myself, I'm making this video about Obinna is because I've trusted this guy's content and also what he says. I believe in what he says. So he has also created employment to me because I'm at least busy. Why? I'm busy creating his content. When you go to the internet, whatever he talks about or whatever he does on the internet, so many people are reacting on what I've done. So many of the people, when you go to the internet and search the internet, you'll find that so many people are making a reaction videos about these influencers. So that is apart from the people that have employed, who are working with them, that employing them directly, there are those people who react on their content, who react on what they have done. So after reacting on what they've done, those people also earn money, earn something from them. So they have direct influence and indirect influence, and you'll find that maybe even those people who are working for Obinna, they have also people who are working for them. So you'll find that they have created a certain working system where these people earn. So when these people earn, now the government comes again. The people are struggling, the young people are struggling and getting into drugs, getting into whatever, and trying to make a living. But now when you come, the government says there are no jobs for the government. They're saying create jobs by yourselves. Now when these people are creating their own jobs and making sure they get something for their kids, for their families, for the people who are working with them, now the government again comes with an axe to hit them hard. You see, so it's an irony that the government is working. I don't know how it works. You see what Obinna has highlighted. These people are struggling to make sure that they earn and get something, but they still hack them. They still make them suffer. They're trying to get something. So government, please, if it's banning betting, let it be banned everywhere, from social media all the way to the TV station, mainstream, to the magazines and everywhere. So let us not make these people suffer that big time, big loss. So let us allow the influencers to influence every brand that comes up. So there's alcohol. He mentioned about alcohol, of which I'm also going to mention. The cigarettes, people are smoking like nonsense. They're being promoted by this social media. So when by mainstream and whatever case. But let us try to give these young people their job, the influencers, let them do their influence. Government people find other ways to do, stop doing maybe what these influencers are trying to do. Let us not hit them hard. Let us try to support them and encourage them. You see, and Obinna has mentioned something lastly. Obinna has mentioned at the end of his video that he has made his decision. Wale watu wako kwa government, chungeni sana, that the power of influencers is very hard and very high. So when the influencers and the young people get into working together and get a preferred candidate, my friend, mutaenda nyumbani. However, hata kama mutafunga internet, the only thing, don't try to kufunga internet. Who is watching this video, try continue working hard to make sure that you build your own brand, to build your business in your brand, and make sure everything flows on well. Usiwe unafinywa ama unaumizwa. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for now. If you have watched this video up to this moment, thank you so much. Please hit the subscription button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below. What do you think about this video? And also make sure you share this video and like it so that the algorithm may recommend it to all other people. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Bye bye. See you in the next video.